Ready? Give it a... Let's get to it. What's up, YouTube? I'm Michael, and behind the camera is Ellie. We're the Bill Paying Hobbyists. This week, we have what is called a Big Ben cigar pen kit. It's a twist pen kit in gunmetal chrome. We're pairing it with this gorgeous green stabilized Cholla blank. If you look closely, you can see the pearl tones with the green. This thing is really going to shine. We're going to walk over to the bandsaw and get it cut to the lengths we need. Let's get. We'll get this cleaned up, and then we'll head over to the bench and we'll get these glued in. All right, we're at the bench. We're getting ready to glue these up. These tubes are already pre-sanded, which is really nice. I don't have to rough them up. It helps your epoxy adhere to the inside of your blank. And I have a little piece of cardboard to mix up my epoxy, a little stir stick, and my JB Weld 2-part epoxy. 5-minute epoxy. Stir it up for 30 seconds and use it. It says you can use it in 5 minutes. I let it dry 24 hours. Make sure it's nice and what's that word I'm looking for?
Cured?
Cured, thank you. That's why I got it around. So, equal parts of both. And we're good to go. We'll set those down on the workbench. We'll let them dry for 24 hours and then we'll get them turned. Here we are at the drill press. We're getting ready to square off the ends of our blanks with our tube. It makes these ends perpendicular to the tube so that when you go to put it together, it makes a nice flat surface. I'm using a new barrel trimmer we have. I'm just gonna use it and use it and use it and see what I think about it. It's a little different than my old method because I can do this now and then I don't have to take a break in the middle of turning it to square off the ends. Really simple. I have this shaft on this barrel trimmer that is the same size inside diameter as my tube, and then I run this down and then this cutter will make it flat up against the tube. And what you want to do is you want to take your time and cut slowly until you see the end of your tube. You don't want to go too far because you end up shortening it. This thing is going to cut the brass with no problem. And if you need to, always have a toothbrush handy so you can wipe away the shavings. I'm just going to use my pen blank vise, and lock that in there. I'm going to make it a little bit tighter so it holds it steady. And there I got shiny on the end, so I'm good to go. There we go. Now we're ready to take this over, both of these over to the lathe and get them turned. All right, we're getting ready to turn these, and this comes with a 3-piece bushing set. This longer one right here is going to be for the cap, the top of the cap. So we have our pin mandrel. That's in this end in the headstock. I'm going to use a spacer right there. This one right here. Gets me a little bit further away from the pen mandrel. This end's the pen mandrel saver, so when I'm pushing, it keeps this nice and straight. So we're going to use this long one for the top of the cap. And we have our two blanks. One is longer than the other, and remember, we want to line up the grains on this one, so we're going to put it just like that. And that one goes here. And then we have this big center one, the bigger side. This one's a little smaller diameter than this one, is for the cap. That's for the top of the pen. That part you hold on to, your writing part. We still want to line everything up. That goes here. And then the smallest one on the end. And that will keep our grains lined up. I do want to put another spacer on this end, just to keep me away from my mandrel saver while I'm cutting. Tighten that tailstock down and give it a little turn, not too tight, just enough to hold these and to keep going so they don't catch while I'm turning, but I don't want to bend the shaft, otherwise I'm going to have a wobbly pen. So I got close as I wanted to the bushings. I don't want to mess up my bushings, so I'm going to change those out. And then we're going to sand from here. I need to get rid of all these lines right here, and to do that I'm just going to use the same grit, and I go the length of the tube. Just take my time and get rid of all the lines. If you leave those lines there, they're going to show up when you go to polish. Next two steps is a 600 grit foam pad and a 2000 grit foam pad, and I'm going to do the same process. We're going to clean it off with some denatured alcohol. All right, now we're going to seal it up, and for me, I use this Mercury adhesives, thin flex and medium flex. I'm going to do the thin first, seal it up real quick, and then we'll put some nice coats of medium on it. And I also use the accelerator that comes with it. Helps dry that stuff up really quick. Before I do that, I always put down some cardboard to help protect my lathe from the glue dropping down on top of it because I always make a mess. Now we're going to wet sand. And to do that, first thing we want to do is protect our lathe. So we're going to put a little rag there, protect the bed of the lathe, a little bucket of water, a little container of water. And we're going to use zona paper. It goes from 30 micron to 1 micron. 30 micron is around 1500 grit and 1 micron is about 14,000 grit. So we're going to turn this up to, I don't know, 1300. That's good. I'm going to start with number 6 and go down. We have 2 more coats of product we're going to put on here. This 100,000 grit diamond polishing compound. And last is some Renaissance wax. Wow. It's a diamond cast. Green in there, that's all the sparkles in there. That's pretty. All right, let's put this thing together. I took everything off and I'm gonna use my lathe as a horizontal press. And I turned these 2 pieces to fit into the headstock and tailstock. And we'll just use those to press everything together. I use pine because it's nice and soft and it won't mar up the finish on my kit. We have the 2 pieces of the blank here. This is the coupler that goes in the center. So it's going to go like that. Another coupler. This is the end cap. Goes here. We have the tip. So here, here, Where's my mechanism? Oh. Whew. The mechanism for the ink. And what that does is it goes through here and threads in this way. All right. So this one presses into this one, this end presses into here, and then this presses into here. This spring has a larger side and a smaller side. Smaller diameter side goes on the end of this ink cartridge because the ink cartridge has a little bevel on it. All right. This is a beautiful pen and very unique how the wood was cast in the epoxy. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you're getting value from our videos, please have a staring contest with the subscribe button until it cowers into click mission. If you're feeling extra generous, click the thumbs up and share with family and friends. Looking for a gift you won't find in a store? Leave us a comment and we'll work out the details. Please do something nice for a veteran today. See you next week. We love you. Find in the store, leave us a comment and we'll work out the details. Please do something nice for a veteran today. See you next week. We love you. I gotta redo that.
I agree.
I messed up. Why? Was that not smart or nothing enough?
So you're just like,